Hello guys, welcome back to Gaming Tidbits, and today we're going to talk about the Game Boy Advance news in this case. So the Game Boy Advance obviously was beloved by a lot of people. I mean, even when the DS was out, Game Boy Advance games were still coming out, even when the DS was at the height of its popularity, and it has a huge library of games. Well, Kritzz has just, put up for order the Everdrive GBA X5. Now, obviously, this is the ever-growing line of Everdrives out there. Almost every console has an Everdrive at this point. You're asking, what makes this Game Boy Advance flash cartridge different than the other ones? Well, besides the $99 price tag on it, which is very reasonable if you love Game Boy Advance games, is the fact that this thing utilizes instant ROM loading. Now, what that means is basically you do not need to pre-patch your ROM files or authenticate them in any way for them to work, which is a big deal for a lot of people. For me, who's never really done that too much, for people who want to play ROMs like on their system but don't, never done it before, like the pre-patching, it could seem overwhelming. It could seem like a lot of work to them, even though for people who've done it, it's not. But for people who've never done it before, it's like, do I want to do this much work to play this game? And this is a way to do that. Also, this also supports a massive 256 megabit ROMs, so it can support 256 megabit ROMs, and an accompanying slot for 1 megabit SRAM. Not only that, but it also has real-time clock support too, which that'd be geared towards like Pokemon games who utilize stuff like that. So again, this thing boasts a lot of things to make your experience for Game Boy Advance better. Now, the one last question, of course, is the Nintendo GameCube Game Boy player, and basically they said that it is fully compatible with these adapters, the Game Boy Advanced GameCube adapter and other full screen alternatives such as the Super Retro Advance. So this is compatible with those. So if you have those, you can make this work on that, which again is another plus. I mean, if you ever have a GameCube Game Boy adapter, you just plug this thing in and then you can play. It is up for order right now. It is already on back order. Obviously, probably was the second it went online, because that's how these things are. They instantly hit the internet, and then everybody who's interested orders it right away. But basically, if you order it anytime between now and August 15th, they're estimating that they will be shipped out. And right now, it is on back order. So if you're interested, I'll put the link below. Again, this is a really cool thing to have if you're a Game Boy Advance owner who wants to play Game Boy Advance games. The whole library. Because, I mean, of all the systems that people miss out on a lot of games on, it would be the handhelds. You may get the biggest games, or you may just get a couple of games, and they have a huge library of games that you may never have played. And things like this allow you to play those games. I think the handhelds are probably the ones that hurt the most of people venturing out differently than what they normally would, or because the library is so big and so many, like the Game Boy Advance had games coming out, even at the height of the DS's popularity, coming out for it. So there were a lot of games, and it has a big library. So what do you guys think of this Everdrive 5? Will this be something you're interested in if you're a Game Boy Advance fan, or you're just kind of like, you know what, it's cool, but I only like a couple of games in the Game Boy Advance. And again, I think things like this, if you get a thing like this, it allows you to experiment with games, right? Or maybe just have every game you want to play on the go, but you don't necessarily want to have that cartridge, because of course this day and age, everything seems to be going up in price when it comes to games, and you don't want to lose it or bang it up, so you bring your Everdrive 5 and you can play the whole library of games that you put on with you. Anyway, I think these things are cool. I think, $99 or less is a good price for these. I think they have to be, go to the biggest. I think that the coolest thing is the price on these things are slowly coming down to more reasonable levels for everybody who at least be tempted to get one if you love that system and the games on it, which I think is the best thing. Anyway, enough of me talking. What do you think about it? Would you get this, or would you order this, or are you kind of like, you know what, I only like a couple games, I'll pass. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching like always. I'll put up another video soon. Laters.